Welcome everyone to problem number 11 of the chaotic review. In this problem we're trying to find which x values is the tangent line of g of x parallel to the secant line of g of x on a specified interval. So first, maybe even reading this question, we can identify when a tangent line is parallel to a secant line. This should sound familiar, right? We actually brought this up in section 3.2. This is the mean value theorem, right? The mean value theorem guarantees that there's actually a place where the tangent line is parallel to the secant line on a specific interval, in this case 1 to 5, so long as our function is continuous and differentiable. So looking at g of x, it is certainly continuous and differentiable, so we could apply the mean value theorem. So actually, this is kind of a code phrase here for just apply the mean value theorem. So we have to also remember parallel, right? Parallel means same slope. So I can calculate out the slope of the secant line and the slope of the tangent line. And in order for them to be parallel, we want these quantities to be equal, right? We want the same slope. So these things should be equal to one another. So this is my large equal sign right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and calculate out the slope of the secant line. So the slope of the secant line is going to be g of 5 minus g of 1 divided by 5 minus 1. That's the slope of the secant line. This also went by the name average rate of change, right? So the average rate of change of the function g of x on the interval from 1 to 5. All right, so let's go ahead and calculate this out. So g of 5, so if I plugged in 5 everywhere into my g function, so I'd have 25 minus 1, that would be 24. If I plugged in 1, well, g of 1 would be 1 squared minus 1, that would be 0. So 24 minus 0 over 5 minus 1, that's going to be, let's see, 4. So this simplifies down to nice even 6. That's the slope of the secant line. Next, I'd like to figure out an x value where the tangent line has the same slope. So I need to know, how do I find the slope of the tangent line? Well, the slope of the tangent line, right, this is one of these code phrases for derivative. So let's go ahead and calculate out g prime of x. So g prime of x, if I take the derivative here, I'm going to have 2x. So that is the slope of the tangent line at the value x. And I would like to know for which value of x is that slope the same as the slope of the secant line. So this is a relatively easy equation to solve, right? I just divide by 2 and I get at x equals 3. So at x equals 3, the slope of the tangent line is equal to the slope of the secant line, aka they're parallel. So you can see actually the math behind this is not so bad. It's a lot in the interpretation, right? Trying to figure out what we're doing and why. Once we have that down, again, the math was relatively nice. All right, that's it for this problem. I'll see you guys next time.